According to the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, South Africans have had over 1,900 hours of power cuts in 2022 alone, making it the most intensive year for power rationing, which is locally referred to as load shedding. These rolling outages are cutting through GDP growth as industries and businesses stall for several hours each day. Private power producers are now stepping in to fill in the gaps and take advantage of new regulations that aim to liberalize the power generation market. Sumitra Naidu has the details.
Eskom's fleet continued to decline in 2022, reaching an average availability of 59.4%. This was down from 61.7% for 2021 and 65% for 2020. The private sector is stepping in, but it may still take time before it can plug the gaps.
It's becoming very clear that the state on its own quite simply doesn't have the resources or the capacity to do all the things that these big utilities are supposed to do, whether you're talking Eskom or whether you're talking Transnet. So of course, then the participation of the private sector is something that the state has had to begrudgingly accept in one way or another, simply because in the absence of that private sector participation, a lot of the big projects that these companies are supposed to embark on will take even longer.
The Department of Minerals and Energy is now in its sixth bid window, but grid limitations are blocking progress. Eskom says it needs 5,000 miles of new transmission lines to implement South Africa's energy master plan.
The increase of what should come out of bid window 6 from 2,600 to 4,200 is an agreement of the ministers together that we need to increase that because we need to accelerate the supply of energy from renewables. We have gazetted removal of the cap altogether, which is total deregulation of embedded generation. Once you deregulate, the two advantages is that any company can build as much capacity as it can, but at the same time, it is not restricted by the state being required to guarantee uptake.
Eskom's transmission division will continue to retain control of infrastructure, but there's little information as to how it will finance it.
The grid isn't really strong enough to take all of the potential inputs from especially the places in the west of the country with strong sun. The wind along the coastline isn't yet being tapped.
The ongoing power cuts is strangling economic growth. It's estimated that stage 6 load shedding is costing the economy up to $228 million a day. The Treasury has revised its growth forecast for 2022 down to 1.9% from 2.1% as a result. Sumitra Naidu, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.